Hello guys and welcome to Stevie TV, and this is the Premier League preview for game week 25, I believe it is. Got plenty of games to go through. We've got Brentford, Liverpool first, and then we've got Manchester City versus Chelsea. And if this is the first time you've ever watched me, then I will be doing a watch along for the Manchester City versus Chelsea game, so make sure you stay tuned on Saturday for that one. But we're going to get straight into the predictions, guys, and what I believe is going to happen and what scores I reckon games are going to be. And obviously, if you missed this, then obviously you'll get them posted up on Instagram and everything for you anyway. So I will put my score lines on there. Like I said, we're going to get straight into it. We have got the Brentford versus Liverpool game, and that is at 12:30. In this game, I think that Liverpool are going to keep their winning ways, and they will go on and win this game 2-0. I don't think Brentford have got enough. They did beat Wolves last week, which was a surprise to me. I thought Wolves was going to win that game, but obviously Brentford ended up going on and winning 2-0 in that game. And Liverpool beat Burnley 3-1. Not as convincingly as I thought they would. I did think it was going to be a clean sheet, but it's still 3 goals for Liverpool, and I can see that same kind of thing going. So 2-0 to Liverpool this game. Next game up, we have got Burnley versus Arsenal. That is a 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. Again, Burnley just been at a game against Liverpool. They're not in the best of form at all, and they're getting against the big teams at the minute. And I think Arsenal will go on and win this game. They just beat West Ham 6-0, and I can see it happening again. I don't think it's going to be as high, but I'm going to go with a 4-0 win to Arsenal against Burnley. Next one, though, guys, is Newcastle versus Bournemouth. So this is Eddie Howe back at Bournemouth. It has been done before, but obviously Eddie Howe is a fan favourite for both teams. And I can see Newcastle going into this game confident, but I can see them struggling. They struggled against Nottingham Forest last week. And I think this could actually be a draw, this game. I'm going to say 2-2 Newcastle-Bournemouth. Bournemouth, they did lose to Fulham, but they've got players like Solanke. And if Solanke can score, then you genuinely could have a bit of trouble. And like I said, Bournemouth, you never know what you're going to get. 2-2. Fulham versus Villa is the next game, and I'm going to say that Aston Villa are going to win this convincingly. They don't look great at the minute. Obviously, United have just beat them 2-1. Fulham, again, just beat Bournemouth. But I think Aston Villa need to bounce back somehow. And even though as a United fan, I would love to see Aston Villa lose this game, I can't see them losing this one. I think it will be 2-1 Aston Villa. Next one is West Ham versus Nottingham Forest. Again, as I've just mentioned, Forest have just come off the loss to Newcastle, and West Ham have just been slaughtered by Arsenal. So both teams going to want to try and get the win here. West Ham need a win. The form isn't great. They're calling for David Moyes' head. Fans have been calling for his head for a while, but results keep coming in his favour every now and again whenever it comes up to pressure. And I think that same thing's going to happen again here. I think West Ham are going to win this game. Scoreline, I think it's going to be 2-1 West Ham. I can't see Forest not scoring, but I can see West Ham winning this game. But again, Forest, they give Newcastle their game. And I didn't expect them to give Newcastle a game at all. So we'll see what happens there. Next game is Tottenham versus Wolves, guys. And I think that with this game, Wolves struggled against Brentford last week, and Spurs beat Brighton, but they didn't look convincing. But I think Spurs have got enough in this. They've got Son back, and I think having Son back is going to give them that bit more extra spark. And I can see this being a 2-0 win for Spurs. And fortunately for Wolves, they have Cunha out, Wangi-Chan out. I don't think they've got that attacking threat. So, again, I don't think they'll go and get that goal. Neto is also being linked with Man United. And there's also, in the back of his head, it might play in the way that he plays going forwards. But don't think he's got enough quality to finish it all by himself for Wolves. So again, 2-0. The big game on Saturday, guys, as I've just mentioned, the watch along. This is a 5:30 kickoff on Saturday. Manchester City versus Chelsea at the Etihad Stadium, and I think this could be a high-scoring game again. I don't think it's going to be a draw. I do think it'll be entertaining, back and forth, but I'm going to say 3-1 to Manchester City this time, with Erling Haaland getting 2 goals in this game. And I think this is where City are going to keep going on and on and on until the derby, hopefully. But City will keep moving on to keep winning, pushing on for that league title now. Obviously, it's in their hands to lose, and I can't see them losing it, in my opinion. But Chelsea really need results, and Pochettino doesn't seem to be the guy that's currently getting the results for them. Again, they did beat Palace last week, but Chelsea need to knock on and keep winning games. But I don't think it's going to be against Manchester City. Next game is Sheffield United versus Brighton on Sunday. This is the game where Brighton really need to turn it on. Brighton give Spurs a bit more of a game, but they still don't look great. Defensively, they can't stop conceding goals. But then you got Sheffield United, who shocked me against Luton. I didn't think they were going to beat Luton, but they did. And that could give Sheffield United the push they need going towards the end of the season. Again, I don't think they're a great side, but if they can keep getting these little points here and there, then something good could happen for Sheffield United. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw here. Next game is Manchester United versus Luton at Kenilworth Road. So this is the away fixture for Man United. United are on a good run at the minute. They beat Villa. And if we can win this next game, it will be back-to-back-to-back wins in the Premier League, which is the first time, I believe, this season, which obviously tells you everything about United's season so far. United could push on here and go and get a big win against Luton. We struggled against them at home at Old Trafford, but United really need to push on and get some big results. They've got 3 games that are must-win games before the game over at the Etihad. So United need that confidence, and I'm going to say this is going to be a 3-0 win here for United. Luton, obviously, they struggled against Sheffield United last week, and if they struggle again, then it could be big trouble for Luton. But Luton did, before that game against Sheffield United, they did score 8 goals in 2 games, so they can score goals. I'm just hoping it's not against Man United. Like I said, 3-0. Last game of this game week, and it's going to be Everton versus Crystal Palace. That game is going to be 8 o'clock on Monday, and I'm going to say that Everton are going to go on and win this game. Crystal Palace have just sacked Roy Hodgson and brought in a new manager. I can't remember his name, but he's going to start in this game. And he usually gives that knock-on effect, but I don't think Palace are going to be that team that give that knock-on effect. Everton really need the points. It looks like they're struggling, and they are close to the relegation zone, so Everton need those points, and I can see them winning this game 1-0 against Crystal Palace. We do have an extra game this week due to a game in hand, which Manchester City were yet to play against Brentford. So they have got another home game at the Etihad against Brentford on Tuesday the 20th. So it's an extra game. So if you've got anybody in your Premier League, fantasy Premier Leagues, and you've not done them yet, then I suggest you get some City players in there or Brentford players. But again, we've already mentioned the other fixture a minute ago, and Brentford are playing Liverpool and Manchester City, so you might want to avoid that one. But Brentford coming off that win against Wolves and then playing Liverpool, if they can keep the confidence, then they can give City a game. But again, I've already said it, City are going on to win the league this season, and this is the time they do it. They do it every single year, and I'm going to say 2-0 win to Manchester City here. That's it for all the fixtures, guys. I appreciate you watching the video. Thank you for listening. If you are listening on the Spotify, I have released this on Spotify. So if you have never watched this, or you prefer to listen on Spotify, then make sure you actually go and find me on Spotify under Stevie C TV on there. It'll be called the Premier League Preview. Like the video, guys. Subscribe, and I'm out. Thank you. Bye. Guys, I forgot to add the Liverpool versus Luton game. I am going to say that is going to finish 2-0 to Liverpool. Easy, convincing win.